at least give you an overview of what Go Green is and how to participate in this campaign. It is important for me to mention that the environment has really deteriorated in terms of us not taking care of our environment, having litter in terms of plastics everywhere. And this is really affecting the ozone layer in terms of also carbon emission and the carbon footprint that is being emitted from our activities. So basically what we want to do is to join in as young people within the cooperative movement, and even if you're not within the cooperative movement, but as a young person, taking the responsibility and joining in the climate action so that we are able to push the environmental change agenda together. So having said that, we do have our regional director, Dr. Sifa. She's the regional director of ICA Africa. And if possible, she could give us some few words. Dr. Sifa.
Yeah, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Hilda. Mine today is just to listen to the young people and being passionate about the environment and the Go Green campaign. So I said, let me spare time and listen to what you guys have to say. So I'm just here as a participant, and I think I will treasure this time as the agenda is quite enticing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sifa. Thank you so much. So we also have Mr. Kofi Maurice, who is the member at large of the ICA Africa Youth Network. And maybe he could tell us something about his region. What sub-region? Mr.
Hello?
Kofi.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Hilda. I want to greet all of you. Greet Dr. Sifa. I'm happy to join you in this webinar. Yesterday, I was with the ICA Pacific and Asian Pacific. So I think it is a very good initiative, this Go Green campaign. It permits us to share our experience about the protection of the environment, about the climate change mitigation. And here we have two activities. The first is to remove to make the environment clean. So to remove every material which are not good for the environment. And the second is tree planting. So with another young people of my cooperative, of my federation, we have an initiative of planting trees. At this time, I am in the capital at Abidjan. So, for example, next week, I will go to the north of the country where we do the cotton activities. So when I will go there, most of the youth are in this part of the country. When I will be there, I will discuss with them about that. They already know. I have already explained them the Go Green campaign, and we will going to try to do the tree planting. That's the second activity. So this is our activities here.
Thank you, Kofi. Thank you so much. Okay. That is a very good initiative and great activity. Next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Ahsan Thakur, who is the chairperson of ICYC, which is from the Asia Pacific. So welcome, Mr. Ahsan.
Thank you, Hilda. It's nice to be on the webinar that is arranged by the ICA Africa Youth Network, and it's glad to see that Dr. Sifa is on board with us, the young people, and I'm very glad that she is supporting the youth cooperative movements Go Green campaign all over the world, and especially in Africa. It's nice to see Maurice doing a fine job in Ivory Coast in initiating the Go Green campaign through spreading the cooperative message and involving the youth to be the forefront of it. I have a few reports from the Asia Pacific Week that has happened from 1st to 7th of July. We most of us on ICYCs, the Asia Pacific Committee on Youth Cooperation, participated and organized with youth organizations. One of them is Rotary Club that is located in Hyderabad, Pakistan. They were forwarding the message of the cooperative and spreading the message of cooperative, as well as planting trees through maintaining the social distance. Then we have ICRA University. They were able to participate in our Go Green campaign, planting more than 8,000 and more of plants just in a day or two. And from Philippines, we have our creative ideas generated by AIM Corp, in which they were able to use old tires as pots to be planted trees. Then one of our speakers that last night we had a speaker, Miss Johanna. She's one of our members, and she was able to participate with her Klinkerman cooperatives to make things happen all over the things. So Asia Pacific had a very positive and impactful week, and we hope the same from African region, that if Asia Pacific youth can do it, so can the African youth, and they have the ability and the creativity to take this Go Green campaign further on. Thank you so much, Hilda.
Thank you, Ahsan. So thank you so much. As you've heard, this is actually a Go Green campaign that was initiated in 2018 by ICYC from the Asia Pacific. And afterward, the ICYC, that is Asia Pacific and Africa. And we did not quite do well as Africa, but this time round we thought that we should do it bigger and better. However, the circumstance on the ground, which is of course COVID pandemic, has made us not really reach out. But in our own ways, we plan to at least plant trees wherever we will be, in our homes, in our workplace, at our workplaces, and of course observing the guidelines that have been set by the governments. And hopefully we'll be able to do something good for our environment as young people. This year we have actually begun doing the Go Green campaign 3.0 with the Asia Pacific, Africa, and Americas. So I know Miss Angelica is not here with us because of course in Mexico right now it's, I think, in the morning hours, but she would have loved to join. And thank you, Ahsan, for coming on board. However, I would like to also mention that we will be having events, and I'm sure you've seen our schedule, as I were to have the webinar, of course, and give you guidelines on how to participate on the Go Green campaign, how you're going to plant trees, how you're going to maybe have some few challenges that we have put in place. It is all, Ahsan has said that if Asia Pacific can do it, okay. So from the 8th, of course, today we were to have the webinar, and on 8th, we are going to start our tree planting activities across the region. On the 9th, of course, the tree planting activities does not stop on any day until the 14th, but you can still go on with the campaign. On the 9th, we are going to have tree planting activities and recycling challenge. That means that if you have anything that you want to recycle, plastic bottles, make them into decorative vessels that you can at least put somewhere and look at the beautiful work and someone can admire, then well and good. If you can do it for something out of it for sale, then that's a good idea too. But on the 10th, we are going to have tree planting activities going on in different parts of the region. And particularly, I know in South Africa, will be promoting the One House, One Garden School Green Challenge, which we will hear from Mr. Memela from South Africa. And on the 11th, tree planting activities will still continue to the 13th. And on the 14th of July, when we will be finishing the campaign from Africa and handing it over to the Americas team who will continue, we will be having a paper-free day challenge, meaning no use of paper, because we know, of course, cut down so as to produce the pulp and make paper. So we will be having a paper-free day. So having that in mind and having that schedule, for those who do not have the schedule, please contact us. The challenge, and if you have any other challenge in place, that we can at least join into the challenge. So having said that, Geoffrey will be sharing with us on, and I believe he has a presentation in place. So welcome, Geoffrey.
Okay, thank you very much, Hilda. Let me just try to share the presentation. I hope it's on now. No?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Hilda, for your introduction. My name is Geoffrey Asira, and I'm the Secretariat for the International Cooperative Alliance Africa Youth Network desk. So today I want to take you through what we are expecting, or how rather we are going to participate in this year's Go Green campaign. That is a Go Green campaign 3.0. So as Hilda mentioned, we are taking part 3 regions, that is Africa, Americas, Asia Pacific, Asian Pacifics, and we are collaborating also with the Cooperative Housing International, that is a sectorial of International Cooperative Alliance. So I won't go much into what Hilda had said about the Go Green campaign, but just to state the aim, that is on the aim of the campaign is to preserve and protect the environment. And also we would like to promote the cooperative identity and also involve youth in the ICA Africa Youth Network activities. Also take environmental actions and work on how then to mitigate the climate change. And I think all these are also in line with the SDG number 13. Okay, just to go further, I would just want like all of us to imagine if, or just imagine you being in a city surrounded by fresh air and there is renewable power. So as a youth, we want to have a secure future where the next generation is making a difference and working in a cooperative environment. So let's see, how then does the cooperative make this campaign or use this campaign to make a difference? So we are working together to make our communities better by planting trees and raising awareness about the cooperative working for the communities. And also, since we are youth, we are the driving force and integral part of the community. And by so, we need to care about our environment. So how then do we participate in this Go Green campaign? And as Hilda had mentioned, Asia Pacific had or just concluded their campaign yesterday, and now they have handed the mantle to us. And now our week is planned from 8th to 14th, and now it is our time. It is time for the African region. So let me take you through how we'll participate in this Go Green campaign. So we had shared the toolkit, and I hope everyone had received it. I can also share the link if somebody needs to download it or didn't access it. And in the toolkit, we have some made banners or banner images together with an instruction manual document. And this instructional manual document, there is the general information about the hashtags and also how or where to place your COP or organization logos. It also describes where or better place to where you're supposed to do your planting or placing your tree samples. On the banner part, we have some printable images. We have a banner that we have created for printable images, and the printable banners can be customized. That means you can add your organization logo, you can add your country name, and also the country flag if you so wish. In the same toolkit, we have also some banners that have been made that can be used on our social media covers. So if an organization or an individual wants to use this for social media, then there is that proficient. So these are some of the banners that we've tried to make with some different countries. We've already made one for Kenya, another one for Botswana, South Africa, Eswatini, and also the Boleswa tripartite, that is Botswana, Lesotho, and Eswatini. And I had also received a request from Lesotho that we will also make. And if you also wish to have your banner made, you kindly let us know so that then we can work on it. So these are some of the photos that were taken, or this is some of the report for last year's campaign, that is the Go Green campaign 2.0. So these are some of the images that were taken. These are others you can see from China, Nepal, Pakistan, Philippines, Iran, Kenya. Last year, we took part as two networks, that is the Asia Pacific and the Africa one. But this year we've like expanded the scope and added the Americas, and we hope that as we continue, we'll be able to bring other people on board. Just as I had mentioned, this time we've also considered the a secretarial organization of ICA. So we hope that in future we'll be able to expand our scope further and further. And so after you've done your activities and probably you've taken some good images together with your banners, then you can be able to share the same to our social media pages, but also in the manual document, there is an explanation on how you're supposed to share these materials together with the emails provided and on how to share these materials. If you need more information on the Go Green campaign 3.0, that is from the African region, I've also provided this link, but I'll also share it with our youth, so that now you can get more information from the site. I'm sure we'll continue to populate it as we receive materials from your activities. So I think by that, then you would we've joined the Go Green campaign, and we hope to receive some interesting photos and activities from your end. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Thank you for the presentation. And I'd like to quickly ask Mr. Sphelele Memela, who is the chairperson of the Youth Coop Hub and will be participating in the Go Green campaign, to maybe say a few words, as they have an activity which I had mentioned, which is promoting the One House, One Garden School.
Hello. Greeting.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. I have some little bit challenge about the presentation, but I will just highlight some few activities that are going to be happening in South Africa. My name is Sphelele Memela from Youth Cooperative Hub. We're going to have, for our Go Green campaign, we targeted KZN and Durban, and we have identified a number of young people that are interested to participate in Go Green campaign. We started yesterday by having a plan and rolling and seeing how the activity is going to happen from Friday up until Monday. So on Friday, we're going to have one school, one garden, that will be happening at Umgaga Primary School, where we're going to plant trees and other vegetables in order to educate young people in Go Green campaign, and also having some other speakers from the other department and government officials and other organizations that we're going to partner with, and also speaking to encouraging young people to recycle, and also starting cooperatives in the recycling space and the agricultural space. And also we have a number of activities that will also be happening on the same day, trying to see how best can young people participate in taking care of the environment. And also, mind you, need to see how we can influence government to be a part of our programs as well in South Africa. But we have done a lot, and also we have a number of young people that wanted to expand our scope and also engaging other young people in other provinces. So we have developed some activities that we're going to be rolling out with government that will start on Friday. And I think I will share some other activities on the chat so guys you can see, and after you finish you'll just write a report, and also what other challenges that you are facing in South Africa. Other departments and other processes are not settled, so it's not easy to implement some other projects and other initiatives that will be rolling out. But definitely for the one school, one garden, and also one cooperative, one garden activities will be kickstarting on Friday. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Memela. You have said that the Youth Coop Hub will be educating young people, at the same time engaging them, and also working with the government to ensure that this campaign is successful. And we are so grateful that you are educating young people about the environment, which is quite important. So thank you so much. So next I want to invite Mr. Samuel Oloo, who is the chairperson of Mutarakwa COP. So welcome, Mr. Samuel. Samuel? Samuel?
Yes, hi.
Yes.
How are you guys? Yeah, so my name is Samuel from Nairobi, Kenya. And we participated in the Go Green campaign last year under the Mutarakwa Harmony Cooperative 2.0. So we'll be doing it again this year, 3.0 Go Green campaign. So we have a planned activity on 11th of July. We've partnered with Kenya Forest Service, and also we'll be collaborating with ICA Africa Youth Network. We are glad that both the ICA Secretariat and the ICA Africa Youth Network will be present during our tree planting at the Kenya Forest Service station in Ngong. Yeah, so we are getting ready for the day, and for the sake of our environment, for the sake of our climate, we'll keep doing it because I'm just from the meeting with the forest at the Ngong Road, Kenya Forest Service, and the issue that came out from that meeting was the aspect of not just planting the trees but also maintaining the trees, and we've agreed that we'll be doing that twice a year. So that basically means that we'll be adopting a section of the forest to also ensure that the trees are well maintained and that we don't just plant the trees. Yeah, so we are really looking forward to that day. That is Saturday, 11th of July. As Go Green Kenya, we want to ensure that the day is successful, and also our climate concerns are addressed. Thank you, Hilda.
Thank you, Samuel. Samuel was part of the Go Green campaign, as he mentioned, in 2019. And again, he is very enthusiastic about planting trees this year. And not only planting them, but growing them, taking care of them. And this is quite encouraging, because adopting a section of the forest to just take care of the trees is quite important for sustainability. And it is quite a good thing that you have brought it up. And I want to encourage young people that it is not only about planting the trees, but also taking care of them, so that we can see the benefit of the trees that we planted years ahead. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. I want to welcome any questions that may arise, either from the presentation or from the young people who have just spoken. So the floor is open for any questions.
I have something to add.
Yes, please.
Okay. In Geoffrey's presentation, I just like to add one more item, is that Go Green campaign has its own website. Please share the link, and this website is important. If you are planting trees or participating in any webinar, you can select the feedback from there and insert all of your activities that you have performed in the Go Green campaign, so that we could compile all the data, collect all the pictures and videos that you have, and we could have a much more vibrant report ready for after the Go Green campaign. This report is going to be submitted at a global level, and we want everyone's participation, and credit highlight would be given in the report. So it's mandatory to fill out the feedback form. Each region has its own. So you just need to select the region where you belong from and where you, or which organization, cooperative organization you belong to, and insert the information.
Thank you, Ahsan. Thank you so much. That is quite right. And also what maybe I could add on to what Ahsan said is that upon you filling the feedback form, guarantees you a certificate from participating on the Go Green campaign. So for that, if you want a certificate to be issued to you, then you need to fill back the feedback form, and then you'll get your certificate of participation. So yes, thank you for that.
Sphelele raise the hand. Sphelele, please.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Sphelele, from Eswatini National Youth Cooperative Alliance. What I wanted to understand is on the trees part, according to the experience you guys have from the other regions, is it wise to plant fruit trees in an environment where maybe, let's say, in a town, the challenges that I've met, and I wanted to understand if there are other plants, let me say like flowers, don't they also contribute to what we are trying to achieve here, as opposed to planting trees, because most people usually take trees as something for the forest, not around their homes. So I do understand that maybe for homesteads, yes, we can try and encourage planting of fruit trees because it will be maintained. But then outside there, what is it that we can plant besides? And besides the fact that I'm not understanding if you guys are having the indigenous trees that you're planting, are they useful at the end of the day, or are just trees that have to be there so that they cannot be cut or cannot be used? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sphelele. I'll get some help from my colleagues, but at the same time, let me just answer what I know about planting trees. Of course, you have to follow the guidelines that have been set by, of course, the government. If you have Ministry of Environment, there are certain guidelines that they give on planting particular trees within a certain place, let's say forest, and even homes and parks. But in the event that with the guidelines that have been given in terms of our health and social distancing and maybe the lockdown situation in different countries, you can choose to plant a small tree. It can either be a fruit tree or any other tree that could be okay within the surrounding that you are in, and of course the space that you have within your home setup. So I hope I answered that.
So can I add something to this? If Ms. Hilda allows it. So if you download the toolkit, there is the whole instruction manual. It has all the general information that you may require or would like to acquire the knowledge for. But just to facilitate the webinar, I just like to inform you that you can plant anything that you like except for seeds, which are not displayable. So whatever, if it is a flower, go for it. If it is a plant, go for it. But what we like to emphasize this, do not disrupt the biodiversity of the area that you are planting in. Do not plant any foreign plants that do not belong in that area or region. We would like to encourage you to plant those species which are native to the area that you are living in. It can be anything. It's not dependent on any specific plants or food or bearing plants. You can plant anything which can or cannot give you edible items. So in that perspective, that's okay. Again, I just like to emphasize one more thing. We are going for a biodiversified plantation, not biodisruptive plantation. That means only plant those species which are native or local to your environment, and maintain social distancing as far and wide as possible. If you do wish to gather, we do not discourage it, but we want you to also monitor the social distancing parameters. I think that would answer the question.
Hello, I wanted to check for the participants, like we're going to do the Go Green campaign in the schools. Do you have any tools in terms of the certificates for those who participated in actually planting the trees, and how can we get access if there is such a certificate for those who are participating in the Go Green campaign? And also, is there any kind of support in terms of resources? Maybe if you guys can donate some trees or anything that can actually plant, because in South Africa, some other funders are closed at this pandemic. So in future, or should we need to maybe prepare and have to fundraise for this initiative in able to be implemented in a larger, more impactful way in our country?
Thank you, Mr. Memela. We will be issuing certificates, as I said, but what we want is that those who will be participating in the Go Green campaign to actually fill in a feedback form. And upon filling in the feedback form, then we will be able to provide you with a certificate, whether an e-certificate or a physical certificate, we will be able to do that. Secondly, we have not done any budget for the Go Green campaign, and that would mean that it is out of our own voluntary initiative to plant trees as young people. So we did not factor in an issue of budget so that we could offer donations and all that. But this is something that we could look at in the future campaigns that we will be having and factor in that. Hello?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. So
I saw Daniel's hand was also up.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to check with you guys. We have a plan with my other young colleagues that I'm working with for this Go Green campaign. So our plan was to plant 2 trees per individual, but we are going to do it in such a way that each individual who is above 18 years will be having a small kit that will plant 1 tree. Then the other guy will have to plant an indigenous tree. This came up as a motive in trying to have at least a fruit tree and an indigenous tree at each and every household of the participants that I will be working with. We have about 12 people that are willing to be planting trees, and our planned date is on Saturday. So I just wanted to confirm if it's a good idea that we are planting a fruit tree and 1 indigenous tree. The indigenous tree is just to ensure that the kids grow up knowing some of the indigenous trees that we have in Zimbabwe. So we have already prepared the seeds. They are already ready for the planting. We are not actually planting the seed, but we are actually transplanting the seeds to specific home sites that has been the selected area for planting. So I just wanted to confirm if it's a good idea.
You have mentioned seeds, right?
Sorry?
You said seedlings or seeds?
Seedlings.
Okay, that is still a good idea. And of course, as Ahsan said, that we are not restricting anyone to anything, but as long as you plant a tree, that is not, of course, that's a good idea, Mr. Raymond.
Thank you for that.
I think, Geoffrey, we will close because it was a 1-hour meeting. And I just want to first and foremost thank the regional director, Dr. Sifa, for taking your time to join us, young people, and just understand the Go Green campaign and support the Go Green campaign. We are so much grateful for taking your time. And to Mr. Ahsan, thank you so much for joining in from Asia Pacific. I know you had a lot of errands today, but thank you for taking your time to join us for the Africa webinar. Mr. Kofi, thank you so much for participating and engaging the youth in the West of Africa. Thank you so much to the presenters of the day who gave us their version of what they are going to do in their countries, Mr. Sphelele Memela and Mr. Samuel Oloo. Thank you for taking that initiative and talking to the young people and encouraging them. To the Secretariat, Mr. Geoffrey, and the team from ICA Africa, thank you so much. We appreciate you and hope that you will participate in the Go Green campaign 3.0. So thank you so much. To my fellow young people, let's do this. We can do it Asia Pacific has done it, we can do better. And this time round, let's do it big as Africa. Let us plant trees and let's go green. So thank you so much. And I hope that you will have a really good week as you participate in the campaign. Remember, we will be having different challenges. We will share the schedule with you. And if you have anything else to add apart from the, you can give us a heads up and we will join you. Okay? So thank you so much and have a blessed day, morning, afternoon, evening. Yes, and enjoy the Go Green campaign. Thank you so much.